Hello students, hope all of you are fit and healthy. Almost 1 year we have been continuing with online classes. You haven't come to school, you haven't met your friends. When the school will reopen, as you meet your friends, you will find there will be a lot of changes in them. Have you marked these changes in your body? Yes, first thing you will observe, you might have noticed there is a sudden shot up in your height. You have increased in length or height. Some of the boys, you might have noticed your voice have cracked, and also funny hairy lines are above your lips, isn't it? These changes actually are part of growing up. All of you are growing up. In the previous chapter, you have learnt how animals reproduce. It is only after growing up to a certain age that human beings and many other animals can reproduce. Why can humans reproduce only after a certain age? In this chapter, you will learn about changes that take place in human body, after which a person becomes capable of reproduction. In chapter 9, you have learnt about human reproductive organs. Here, we shall discuss the role of hormones play in bringing about changes that make a child grow into an adult. Growth begins from the day one is born. But upon crossing the age of 10 or 11, there is a sudden spurt in the growth, which becomes noticeable. The changes taking place in the body are part of growing up. They indicate that you are no longer a child but are on the way to becoming an adult. Growing up is a natural process. The period of life when the body undergoes changes leading to reproductive maturity is called adolescence. Adolescence begins around the age of 11 and lasts up to 18 or 19 years of age. Since this period covers the teens, 13 to 18 or 19 years of age, adolescents are also called teenagers. In girls, adolescence may begin a year or two earlier than in boys. Also, the period of adolescence varies from person to person. The human body undergoes several changes during adolescence. These changes mark the onset of puberty. The most important change which marks puberty is that boys and girls become capable of reproduction. Puberty ends when an adolescent reaches reproductive maturity. Let us discuss the changes that take place at puberty. Number 1. Increase in height. The most conspicuous change during puberty is the sudden increase in height. At this time, the long bones, that is, the bones of arms and the legs, elongate and make a person tall. The rate of growth in height varies in different individuals. Some may grow suddenly at puberty and then slow down, while others may grow gradually. Sometimes the arms and legs or hands and feet of adolescents look oversized and out of proportion with the body. But soon the other parts catch up and result in a proportionate body. Second, change in body shape. In boys, the shoulders generally broaden as a result of growth. In girls, the region below the waist becomes wider. In boys, the muscles of the body grow more prominently than in the girls. Thus, changes occurring in adolescent boys and girls are different. Number 3. Voice change. At puberty, the voice box or the larynx begins to grow. Boys develop larger voice boxes. The growing voice box in boys can be seen as a protruding part of the throat, called Adam's apple. In girls, the larynx is hardly visible from outside because of its small size. Generally, girls have a high-pitched voice, whereas boys have a deep voice. In adolescent boys, sometimes the muscles of the growing voice box go out of control and the voice becomes hoarse. This state may remain for a few days or weeks, after which the voice becomes normal. Number 4. Increased activity of sweat and sebaceous glands. During puberty, the secretion of sweat glands and sebaceous glands or oil glands increases. Many young people get acne and pimples on the face at this time because of the increased activity of these glands in the skin. Number 5. Development of reproductive organs. At puberty, male reproductive organs like the testis and penis develop completely. The testes also begin to produce sperms. In girls, the ovaries enlarge and eggs begin to mature. Also, ovaries start releasing mature eggs. Number 6. Reaching mental, intellectual and emotional maturity. Adolescence is also a period of changing in person's way of thinking. Adolescents are more independent than before and are also self-conscious. Intellectual development takes place and they tend to spend considerable time thinking. In fact, it is often the time in one's life when the brain has the greatest capacity for learning. Sometimes, however, an adolescent may feel insecure while trying to adjust to the changes in the body and mind. But as adolescent learners, you should know that there is no reason to feel insecure. These changes are a natural part of growing up. So, today we have started a new chapter, chapter 10, Reaching the Age of Adolescence. And we learned some of the changes that take place during this period of time. Thank you, students.